Today we are going to focus in on 3 contributions you can make to really help with your personal brand. Hello, I am Dr. Sharon Grossman. I'm a psychologist, coach, and speaker, and we are all with our personal brand. What does that actually mean? Well, we all have a way of representing ourselves in the world. And it's really important for us to reflect on what kinds of things, what kind of messages we are putting out in the world. So today we're going to focus on what are 3 contributions you can make to help out with your personal brand. And part of the reason that I talk about this is because I work with a lot of lawyers and physicians and other professionals who work in really high stress situations. And many of them actually go out onto their own and open up their own practices. And so they have a professional brand, right? And many entrepreneurs in general, that's what they learn about branding your business. But even when we're not at work, we have a personal identity, and for that we need a personal brand. And so we need to think about what message we're conveying to the people around us, because they then react to us in a certain way. So one of the things that I want you to think about today is, first and foremost, how do you dress? The image that you convey out to the world is going to have an impact. So when you walk down the street and you're dressed really nicely, the kind of contact that you come across with people is going to be very different than if you walk down the street in your sweatpants. Not because there's anything wrong with wearing sweatpants, but you are being perceived in a different way. I recently worked with a client who came to my office stating that she met with her psychiatrist, and when she did so, she had talked about her history, and she mentioned that she had gone to graduate school. And for some reason, the look in his eyes just gave her this idea that she wasn't being taken seriously, or that he was surprised by this information. And that was a light bulb going off for her that, hey, you know what? It's because I don't really dress the part. So I really need to step it up. So think about what you are putting out there into the world in terms of your wardrobe, in terms of your styling, in terms of just your complete image. The second thing that you want to think about is what kind of confidence you portray to other people. And part of that has to start with really how you feel on the inside. If you haven't been exposed to this, Amy Cuddy is a researcher who really focused on confidence as a result of power posing. So if you haven't had a chance, go ahead and view that TED Talk. But really what the research shows there is that we send a message to our bodies about what our environment is like. So when we hold what she calls like a low power pose, we are sending a message to our body that we are not safe. And then what happens is our cortisol, or our stress hormone, goes up and our testosterone level goes down. So we're less likely to take risks and we're more likely to try and protect ourselves. Conversely, when we hold a high power pose, where we stand up straight and we are looking somebody straight in the eye and we're taking up lots of space, we are conveying to our brain that things are okay, we're safe, and that it's okay for us to expand and to look at what kinds of risks we can take. So think about how you position yourself physically in your body, not just in terms of what you wear, but also in terms of how you walk, how much space you take, how you sit. All of those kinds of things are going to affect physiologically how you feel, and will then affect your confidence level. And people can read confidence, right? You can probably now identify some people in your life that when you think about them, you're like, wow, those people are really confident. And conversely, people in your life that you're like, oh, that person really doesn't feel very confident at all. And so think about how to become more confident and to take the necessary steps to convey that to other people. And the last thing I want to leave you with is exercise. We've all heard about the importance of exercise, but this is actually also something that contributes to your personal brand, because it affects not just how you look, right? If you're going to wear certain clothes, how do you look in those clothes? But because you're fit or you're not fit, but it's also how you feel inside. Do you feel kind of gross? Do you feel really heavy? Do you feel really sluggish? Or do you feel vibrant? And do you feel really light? And do you have more energy? That is all going to come across as part of your personal brand. when you think about somebody that you really admire, you might think, wow, that person has so much energy and they're so warm and they make really great eye contact and I really like that about them. That is the kind of thing that we're talking about here, is what is the message that you want to convey. And with regards to the exercise, it's not just about that message, but it's also about how do you want to feel. Your personal brand is also about how you want to feel. Do you want to feel really light and happy and joyful, or do you want to feel really stressed and bogged down? Now, certainly none of us really want to feel that way, but we have to be really mindful about the choices that we're making that then align with our values. So to recap, we want to really focus in on the image in terms of what we're wearing. We want to focus in on how we position our bodies in terms of our posture and how much space we're taking. And thirdly, we want to position our physical appearance based on also our internal feeling of how well we're taking care of ourselves, whether it's exercise, or you can add to that list things like just nourishing yourself with really healthy foods that then contributes to your energy level and your stamina. When you do all those three things, you will then intentionally create the kinds of personal brand that you want to convey in your messaging to other people and attract the kinds of people that you would like into your life. I hope that these tips have been helpful to get you to start thinking about what you can start to do intentionally to really contribute and change around your personal brand if it doesn't currently align with what you want it to be. And for more tips, feel free to go to my website and sign up for my weekly blog at coachingbysharon.com. Looking forward to seeing you again next time on Facebook Live.